plan on finishing this piece of garbage today. My whole goal for today is to get this piece of crap done and out of the way. I've got to shave this baldness. Yes, when I put boobies in the title, I get more views. It's amazing. I had people jumping in and out of my my YouTube channel yesterday, just on and off. I just kept getting people pop up, and they'd be like, "Oh, you know, you probably get people just jumping in here because it says boobies." Surprise, surprise. It's like, it's almost like, you know, everybody just wants to see boobies. It's kind of amazing. I can't blame them. I mean, I also am like, oh, it says boobies. I better go look at that and see if there's there's not boobies. You got me. And I'm okay with that. It's a good marketing tactic. What up there, Owen? You and the box kitty? I have nothing for the box kitty. So it's England land time. You'll note, by the way, that I give you Englanders a lot of shit in some of my videos. I have an ongoing feud with England land, by the way. It's pretty funny. I have a couple of friends, gaming buddies, that I play with there. One of them I play with regularly, and she's awesome. We actually helped defend her at one point against some problematic people in her life, and we became really good buddies, and her mom and stuff, and her brother and things, and we all kind of joined together, and it was all good. It was all good, you know, kind of a good thing. And she's funnier than shit, and we kind of welcomed her into our gaming family, and now she's part of us. You know, kind of nice, kind of nice. But she's from England land, and I give her shit all the time for being from England land. And it's funny because she totally agrees. I'm like, England land sucks, America, and she's like, yeah, okay, I'll give you that one, yeah. And so it's funny because me and her just kind of make fun of each other all the time for that shit. It's pretty funny. I'm like, man, it's just always gloomy over there, like, you know, boobies. See, right? You came in for boobies. Well, bobbies. I'm sorry, there's no bobbies here. My name's Eric, and I do have a little bit of the jigglies. I'm sorry. I do have a cool Godzilla shirt on, though. I wonder if it glows in the dark. I just realized it kind of looks glow in the darky. And Godman. I assume also you meant goddamn, because no boobies. Godman, Godman, Godman. Ha. Yes. Anyway. So, I don't need you yet. Oh, God damn it. Okay, I gotta put you back up here. I am not set up for this shit ever. We slurp tea. Yes, yes, I know you do. But I've realized that, because I do a lot of film reviews, man. I love movies. I own, not bragging, but I own over 4,000 DVDs. Most of them horror movies, by the way. But I collect DVDs. Oh, because I love movies. Obviously, sometimes a little too much. And so pretty much if you name it, I've watched it or I fucking own it. Oh, no, my YouTube name. Yeah. God and Machine. Well, that's from my band originally. And because my band's name is God and a Machine. And then I just go by God and Machine. My name's Four, technically, by the band's stage name, my stage name in the band. But anyway, yes, Owen. And I realized, because I've watched a few, this is what started me on my anti-England land thing. Best horror is Human Centipede 2. Huh? You know? Man after my own heart there, bro. The Human Centipede series, I actually need to do. Somebody stole, I think, I don't know how this works. I ended up missing about 10 DVDs at one point. And I think one of our kids stole them. And, like, we can't prove it. But we had one of our kids that kept stealing stuff for money. It was very frustrating. And she won't admit it, but my movies were missing. One here, one there, one here, one there. And I'm obsessive with my collection. I have a whole wall. We're talking thousands. And they're all lined up, rowed up, according to category, all that crap. And I take care of them, you know, better than my kids. And I realized one day, I was like, I'm missing boom, boom, boom. you know, these movies, and I started noticing that there were some movies that were out of place and other things, and I'm like, you know, something's going on here. So I went on a big crusade for that one and found a bunch of crap. Anyway, my Human Centipede 3 is gone, so I can't do the trilogy review, and that kind of bothers me. So anyway, with that in mind, sir, I've watched a few, I've reviewed a few England land movies, and that's what started me on my I hate England movies, or I hate England kick, because I was like, I watched a Scarecrow movie. Quality was good. Everything was pretty good overall look-wise. But it was the silliest looking bad guy in a film. And it really hurt my feelings. If they would have just made the bad guy look awesome, it would have been good. Like, it would have been good. And it really hurt me emotionally. I was all, fuck that. So then at that point, I was like, England sucks at making movies. And I went on a tirade. So then every movie from then on that I watched that England does, I'm like, England movies. And then I kept giving her shit whenever me and her started playing. When we got her into our gaming crew and our gaming clique, and I always was giving her shit and stuff like that for the England stuff, and it was just fun times, dude. So, you know, if I ever say Kingsman, okay, that was bad as fuck. All right, but was that an England movie, or did it just have English people in it? See, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that one, so you might got me there. If that's the case, then action movies might be a thing. Yes, son? What?
Cargo.
Beep, beep. I'm going to ruin your joke every time.
Dad. They were supposed to.
I'm sorry, let's try it again, son. Go.
Cargo.
Beep, beep.
Darn it.
So what do you need, son?
I was just wondering if you have any, like, higher headache pills, because I took a couple ibuprofens that didn't work.
When did you take the ibuprofens?
Like 30 minutes ago.
All right. First of all, if you took them 30 minutes ago, then how many did you take?
2.
You're supposed to take like 17.
Oh, really?
No, don't ever do that. Jesus Christ.
Your mom did that once.
No, my mom should be dead. And she didn't do that.
Yeah, she said she took like 4 every couple hours.
Then they were really weak ones, dude.
Yeah, well, she said that's what she does to get rid of fevers. I was like, that's dumb.
Wow. Yeah, my mom's probably dead in a ditch somewhere right now. Anyway, if the ibuprofens didn't work, I should have some Tylenols in there. So there's your aspirin. And you can take those in combination with them, but, you know.
Well, submachine isn't that what ibuprofen is?
I'm not sure which one's what, son.
Okay.
But give it a few more.
Well, ibuprofen's the only thing that's ever worked for me, but I woke up with a headache and it's annoying.
Is it in your sinuses?
No, it's all over my head.
Okay. But give it a few more to see if that kicks in. Okay.
Take 4.
No. Calm down. No. Don't be taking 4 nothings. Just hang on.
57,228 of them.
No. Calm down with that crap. But just give it a minute for the ibuprofen to maybe finish kicking in. And see. Okay?
All right.
Have you been doing homework?
Huh?
Have you been doing homework?
I have not yet.
Because of the headache. All right. Well, you still need to do some homework if you can.
Well, I know.
I know you know.
I'm still going to do it. I have to. I have 3 days before school ends.
As I'm having a conversation with my son about headache pills. Bro, I don't know how. No, you have a whole week and a half, dude.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
This is the last week.
No. It's like another half a week after this.
Yes.
Don't be retarded, son. That's my job. Anyway, no, it's still like another half a week. So they said.
Oh. Yeah, like a half a week. That's what I said.
I love you, son. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, bye, Dad.
Bye. Just give it a
Bye
few.
what?
What?
Bye what?
Nope. Bye, child.
Good.
I'm not gonna give you that satisfaction of a joke either.
But you have recently.
Blah, 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 blah. Goodbye. Nice try. He makes me say bison, and then he goes, "That's a fish, or that's an animal." It eliminates the fluid that causes sinus headaches. Ibuprofen won't work. Wait, what'd you say? I didn't see what was before that, and I don't think I can go. Can I scroll down? I don't know. It might mess it up. Oh, he needs a pineapple. What the fuck? Fresh pineapple? Well, he doesn't get fresh pineapples. Yeah. You know why? Because I don't have the van right now. My wife just went to work, so you know. Anyway, so I don't have the option to take him or to get him a fresh pineapple. He's going to have to suffer with just headache pills and hope for the best. And I don't. He said it was a headache all over, so he didn't say it was sinus related. That's why I was asking if it was sinus related, because right now my sinuses are always acting up, though. Sweet baby Jesus, baby Jesus. I can never get away from these damn sinuses, I swear. I don't know if it's just our weather here or what, but I think I have like a permanent sinus infection or something, which can happen, I guess. I've heard stories. I don't know, but all right. It's been 11 minutes, and the whole thing has been a conversation about how England movies suck. Horror movies suck. Okay, England land horror movies suck. That's what I've, and humor. You guys' humor is garbage too. Sorry. So I apologize there, buddy. But I know we don't know each other very well. You just kind of jumped on recently, and I'm already bashing you guys over there. Sorry. But your horror movies suck. And your humor, well, that's not true either. There's been some pretty funny stuff come from England land, but for the most part, not really, no. I know a lot of people are going to argue me on that, too. A lot of people are going to be like, bro, Monty Python was hilarious. Never really got into Monty Python. Couldn't do it. No, I was always like, just didn't do it for me. Didn't do it for me. But the Mighty Boosh guys were fucking hilarious. I actually liked that stuff. Bro, we're all chavs. I don't know what that means. Now you're speaking weirdo language. Bromelane, bromelain, bromelanin, bro helps what Tylenol and ibuprofen won't. Bromelanine, bromemalane, bromarmalade, bromelade. I can't make words happen. Okay. We're all chavs. Yeah, I don't know what chavs means. And also I like Gordon Ramsay, but I don't think he's England. He's like, is he from England land? Because England's right next to like Scotland and all that, isn't it? And they're all like, everybody over there is kind of together in a weird way, kind of. But I know he's from like England land, kind of. It's a word. I know it's a word. Chavs. I don't know what it means. Anything's a word if you say it. Watch. Hoobity-doo. It's a word. I don't know what the fuck it means, but it's still a word, you know? Oh, yeah, we're going to do something great with this today. Hang on a second. Watch this. Give me one momentos, por favor. And, but yeah, you know, anything can be a word for a person it's for a person that thinks they're cool. Oh, really? Nice. So in America, that would mean that you guys think you're Americans. Oh, see what I did there? Because American, we all just think we're cool. We all just think we're the shit. Because we're America. America! And, you know, it is interesting to see the other cultures around the world and talk to them. Oh, that's what's in a pineapple. Oh, okay. Is the bromeline line, bromema man, bro, blah, 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 blah. And that's a word too, buddy. It's just not a very good word that makes any sense. But it is fun to talk to other cultures. I got a buddy. Oh God, we game with a couple of guys on PlayStation 4 that we have a whole clique that runs thick. That is in like Australia. So literally like complete opposite world timing and stuff, which is interesting. And the dude's really good at imitating other people, like England accents or, you know, German accents, American accents. Like, it's weird how good he can imitate. So I'm like, dude, you're not even really from there. You're just imitating that, aren't you? But no, he's really from Australia. And it's fun to talk to other people, though, and realize the differences. Like here in America, cussing is really looked down on, like in a social structure. And you have all these people that are like, oh, don't cuss in public. Yet in Australia, even in England, like, holy shit, you know, AJ, our buddy that we play with, she's constantly like, her and her mom and she's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fuck this, you know, and just fuck right off. But they're just normally talking to each other, you know, and that's how he is in Australia too, just normally talking to each other. And I'm just like, man, I wish I lived in Australia or fucking England. Man, I love cussing. That's like my second language or my first language, depending on who you talk to around here. You know? But like kids talking to their adults and adults talking to their kids, it's just normal things for them just to yell at each other and cuss at each other. And I'm all, these countries have something figured out. Here in America, we're like, no, honey, it's okay. While our kids are like, no, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Get it. And we're like, no, it's okay. I'm not going to take your phone. You can just tell me whatever you want and abuse the shit out of me, and I just won't fight back. And it's like, now shut the fuck up. Bitches. That's what we've all turned into. It's fucking non-discipline. These kids, they need a good whooping. Back in my day, we would spank kids all day long, every day, up hills, down hills, all the way to school, back and forth. Like, you know, good old ass whoopings. But now kids just mouth you and they get mad at you, and then you go, oh, I'm going to take away your TikTok. And then they go ape shit crazy like the end of the world's coming. And it's nuts. It's crazy these days what's going on. And yeah, you know, good times. And if you wonder what I'm doing, I'm just re-emphasizing my doodles there. My stuffs. Because I got to get back on it and get this stuff done today. I want to get this one out of the way because I've got so much creative inspiration that's been flowing the past couple of days that I've got to get this one out of the way, because this isn't creative. This isn't creative at all. This has been all logical based stuff. I'm working on just ideas and things like that for my kid. She insisted I make something pretty. And again, my last picture was really suicidal and it really worried everybody. So I thought I'd trick everybody that I'm okay. Look at this pretty little picture I'm painting. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. And I got my tea, bro. I always sips the tea. It's good. But here in America land, America.
Jennifer made cinnamon rolls.
I know she made cinnamon rolls. I told her she could make cinnamon rolls because
like one?
No, I would not like one. Thank you. They are good. You know, I don't know. I think I prefer like handmade, like actual cinnamon rolls over the store bought ones. They always seem a little bit more like, I don't know, kneady or doughy. Those do. Like, they always seem to have kind of more of a...
It's food, so I'll eat it.
I know. Aren't you watching your weight, son?
No. I don't need to.
Yes, son, I know. But,
this is the part where I should be bragging.
But, yeah, you're not dirty bulking. You better not be. I swear to God, son. Stop the dirty bulk bullshit.
Well, I'm not fat. I'm under 20% body fat.
Oh, I didn't know you painted like that. Yeah. You know what? I do this about every day, usually about noon. And I invite people to come on. We usually talk about social problems. I know you're very vocal about what your beliefs are, and I'd love to have you talk a lot on here if possible. Because I figure you'd probably have a lot of fun things to bounce back and forth with and about. So feel free to join us anytime. I have a YouTube that I'll also run, so my Facebook, my YouTube at the same time. But no, I paint way different stuff than this. Normally it's like crazy stuff. But yes, jump back in at some other time, please. And enjoy your phone dying. Yeah, thanks. And apparently pineapples help with sinus headaches. I hate pineapples.
We don't
Damn.
have pineapples. Pineapples are okay, but
I mean, I don't know. Anyway,
I prefer papaya.
papaya. Let me look at you talking your weird ass fruits.
It's good. It's like
I prefer papayas.
oh.
Me and my hoity-toity fruits with weird ass names that no one can pronounce but me. Even though I technically pronounced it. But the point being is, papayas. We live in America. I don't even know what a papaya is. Is it made out of bacon? You don't talk none of that weird foreign shit to me, boy. What song did I write? I don't understand what that question means. If you're talking about on the page where the God and Machine page, well, okay. As I discussed yesterday, God and Machine's my band. So I wrote all of it. And but there's another band called Pitter Splatter that's on some of here too, because this originally was the Submachine Productions page, which was my record label, I guess you could call it, where really more it was a collection of like-minded bands of about 6 to 7 of us. I'll watch it till I die. Nice. Oh, what are their names of the songs? Oh, good Lord, man. We got 4 albums done.
Dad, why is there a piece of a shingle in here?
What do you mean a piece of a shingle?
It's like a piece of it. Oh, it's got letters on it.
Okay, throw it away, dude.
It looks like a roof shingle.
Good for you. It looks like a roof shingle. I don't care.
Okay.
What is it?
It's like a flip-flop thing.
You're a flip-flop thing. Now go throw it away. Not in my track. Don't just...
You're welcome, Dad. Excuse me.
Goodbye, son.
That's
God
an animal.
damn it.
That is an animal.
You got me. Good job. Now get out of here. You won. Hooray. You're so awesome. Get away from me. Anyway. Yeah, as far as it goes, though, so we actually... I still have videos up on the page from Pitter Splatter that I filmed a long time ago, and then videos of Cynical Deliverance, which was on the label back in the day. And I'm still friends with all of them and stuff like that. Although Mike from Pitter Splatter, he really doesn't like my political views because I don't have any. I just like to make sarcastic asshole remarks about all of them. You know, like I'm all political. The whole political system's corrupt, and both sides of the puppet show are on the same person's hands. You know, like our system is fucked here, and it doesn't matter which side you vote for. We're fucked. So, but that's pretty much the whole world, you know. And I won't get into that with everybody because everybody has their opinions of, you know, I guess red versus blue or right versus left or whatever the fuck it is here. You know, in a lot of other countries, like over in European stuff, they have like 6 different fucking parties to choose from and a whole variety of crap going on more than we do. It's like, cool. You know, like we get 2 and we don't really get to choose those. Like they're kind of chose. Oh, I need to come check your roof. My roof's fucked. Like seriously. At least my head kind of looks like a boob. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Maybe I should put a big nipple right here. Maybe I'll do that next time. I think next time I'm going to paint a nipple right here on my head. I'm going to shave my head because this is terrible looking now. And I think I'm going to put a big ass nipple right there on my forehead just for you, buddy. Just for you. I will. Maybe tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint a head nipple. A hipple. I'm going to have a hipple right there. Because see, look, when I do that, it kind of has like a little spot anyway, just for the nipple part. Boom! So you better tune in tomorrow because I'm going to write head boobies. That'll be the title. Head boobies. Head boobies for Ubies. That's what it's going to be titled. Head boobies for Ubies. So I'm going to paint a nipple on my head, man. So you better show up. All right, let me actually get to some fucking painting here, right? Because I keep dicking around like I'm going to get something done, but I never do. All right. Oh, it's because I hate it. I hate everything that I've done here. I'm so sad and depressed. You should paint Krampus. I love Krampus, dude. I've loved Krampus since I was young, and now it's become like a thing in America, and I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about the popularity that Krampus has gained here in America. And just, I don't know, in general. Maybe I should paint Krampus. Maybe you're right. Maybe I will. But not after this. I got one more thing to do after this. But But I'm gonna make this guy bad as fuck today. I'm gonna finish that up. You know what? Let's just get it done. Let's stop talking about what we're gonna do and just do it, right? Oh, and I blew your eardrums out. Sorry, everybody. It's okay. All right. The thing about it is, I've had people ask me, "Are those spider snowmen down there?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. Fuck, man. Where do you live? You don't fight spider snowmen, bro? You must live in a high life. You must be living the high life somewhere in Florida or something where snow monsters aren't a thing. Shit, here in Middle America, we have to battle these things on a regular. We just had a big snowstorm come through. Not even a big snowstorm. It was just it just snowed. It was literally like 70 something, like 68, 70 something degrees. And the next day it fucking snowed. No, it only rains in England. Yeah. No, I know. That's what's funny. And cargo beep beep, by the way. That was for my son who just messaged on here that cargo. Funny, son. Funny. Cargo beep beep. But no, it only rains in England. And actually, when AJ was talking about they got sun at one point recently over there, it got really hot. This is just not too long back when you guys are facing that kind of drought thing, right? She was like, "Oh my God, it's so hot over here." And we were like, "Oh, how hot is it?" And she was like, "Oh, it's like whatever, 40 degrees or something like that." But you guys do it in Celsius or kilograms or whatever the hell you guys do over there in your crazy ass place. And we figured it up to be like 90 degrees or something like that time. And we're like, it's literally 105 today here. Like where I live, I was like, like, you know, where I live, it's like 105 today. And that's just in the shade, you know, like what the fuck? And she was like, "Well, you know, we're not used to that here. We don't, you know, we don't see the sun ever." And I'm like, "Oh, that's right. In England land, you guys don't know what the sun is. It's like, it must be weird for all you vampire having motherfuckers burning to death right now. You guys are like," I was like, "Yeah, that's the sun." I was like, "It's a thing. It's a real thing. It's not just fake from NASA pictures like all you conspiracy theorists think. The sun's a real thing. We see it all the time here in America. Where I'm at, we see it way too goddamn much. We don't even have like fall or springtime where I live. No. We have, and I'm not joking in the science, we have fuck you summer, right? Where it's anywhere from like 95 to 110. Fuck you summer. And then we have our second summer, right? Which is where it goes to 90 to 100 degrees for like, you know, a month. And then we have winter, where winter time, it's fucking freezing cold for a couple of months. And then we have new summer, where, no, we have a fall or a springtime, kind of. And the springtime lasts about 2 weeks. No joke. Where suddenly you have the wettest, rainiest shit weather for about 2 weeks, where it rains and it's about 70 degrees during the day and like 30 degrees at night. But it is raining like nonstop gloom bullshit. So it's basically England. You know, now I know how you feel like all the time. No shit, dude. So you have my sympathies there, because for 2 weeks we're England. And then after that, it's like 90 to fucking 110 degrees for the next like 4 fucking months straight. And we're just like, fuck, why? Like, it's stupid. But where I live, ironically, also has some of the strangest weather, where one day it'll be 90. I'm kidding you not. This last year we had one day it was 90 degrees. The next day it was 38 degrees. It made 0 sense. But our weather always does that shit here, and we make fun of it. We say, hey, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Ha 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 ha. It's not a joke. It's the realest shit ever. We have earthquakes, tornadoes. The only thing we don't have here is fucking tsunamis, you know, because we don't live near a coastline. And if the fucking ice caps keep melting, Texas and shit will be gone, and we'll have that too soon. So, you know, I'm gonna make this a spider too. I think I'm gonna make its arm come up and down and kind of claw. Maybe okay, see, I've contemplated this. If I should make this have like hands, like, you know, kind of thing going on, or if I should just make it like a big sharp stick. You know what I'm saying? Big sharp stick hand. Both would be kind of scary a little bit. Because, you know, if you have big sticks jabbing you, that would suck. But also if it had big, creepy, you know, woodeny, broken stick hands, that'd be creepy as fuck. So my question comes in, what the fuck do I do? How do I want to do this? Because I never fucking know. This guy's got mittens. Mittens are all right. Mittens kind of give me the free, you know, what are you doing here? I don't know. He's got mittens. He's a little different. He's just now coming around. He's like, hey, guys, I'm going to join you in the very snowman world. They're like, whatever. You know, this one's over here eating a dude. But this is where it all comes into play, because if this guy has another hand come up and come down, I can have him grabbing on over here, or I can just have him straight sticking through it. That is a big decision, you know? Big decision to be made here. But fuck that. While I'm waiting and thinking, I'll just do something else over here really quick. Let me get some yellow. Hang on. When in doubt, skip it. That's my motto. When in doubt, do something else. I'm like, you know, I don't know what I want to do here, so I won't. I won't do here. How about that? I'll just go somewhere else. And I'll repaint my boots here, my booty boots, my boots. Got some muds on the bottom. And I'll fucking do this boot too and finish it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get that boot like a boot. Fuck you. See? Much better boots. Looking like boots. What is your opinion on Christianity? Oh, okay. Well, thank you. See, this is what I'm talking about. Let's get into some fucking conversation, right, people? Christianity was a good idea, but so is any religion. Hang on. There we go. It was a good idea, corrupted by mankind's greed. In the Catholic world, it went like, you know, originally the confession booths, by the way, were created, in case nobody knows this, historically, they were created to make sure assassinations were not going to be carried out. So when people felt guilty, they'd come in there and confess that was like, oh, I'm thinking about killing the cardinal, or not the cardinal, but the fucking prime ministers or whatever. And they get caught and things like that. It was not made as what it was supposed to be for, etc., etc. It was political based. It was, you know, so there was a lot of bullshit there. The Bible, Christianity is the latecomer in the religious world. Christianity is, I mean, you can look at it like this. This is the way I kind of see it. I am not a religious guy. My family is not very religious. We actually have one of our kids is Christian, and that's fine. I don't bash that at all. My wife is very anti-Christian. Due to a family member, not immediate, but within her family, being abusive with his Christian power to his wife at the time. So my wife was always like, fuck that guy and fuck this shit. And, you know, she was very against it. So she's very anti-Christian, but I'm very open for whatever you believe in is what you believe in. You should be allowed to freedom of religion and all that stuff there. If you feel like you need something higher powered to give credit for your accomplishments, that's on you. You know, if you're, hold on, I personally don't believe, because Leviticus 20:13 says, if a man is to lay with another man, he should be stoned. I take it you're gay. I'm waiting for a response, and that's fine. But the thing about that is In the original, no, okay. In the original Bible, in the lost text, the dead language text, the original Jerusalem, blah 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 blah. Did it fucking say that? Because here's the problem I've always had with the Bible, and with religions in general that do this kind of thing. The original texts were in a language they didn't fucking understand. So here you have all these people, right, that go, oh, hey, here's this fucking language. We don't really get it. Let's start breaking it down. Old Testament, right? Let's start breaking this down and deciphering this language. Well, I'm a human being. I'm corruptible. I am not without my own faults. This says this. It kind of says, you know, when man lay man, don't do good things, stone to death. Well, fuck. I mean, that's the best translation I can get from that. I think it might mean when a man lays with another man, he needs to be stoned to death. And that sounds about right. See what I'm saying? We put our own spin on things as human beings. That's fact. Everybody does that shit. So when you don't understand something from another language, you do your best that you can to put it in your language, you know, and make it make sense. And when they're sitting there deciphering all this shit, breaking it all down, you're going to tell me, and not you, but I'm saying these people are going to tell me that you're going to take stacks and mass amounts of this dead language, revise it into a pocket new version for these kids to understand that's got hip new language in it for them to get. You're changing a lot of the original meanings. You're changing a lot of the original intentions of the words. So to follow something that has been redone, resaid, retranslated from so many different languages, so many different dialects, to so many different countries and so many different versions and so many different ways, there's a lot to be lost in translation. The original meanings are so far gone. It's like the telephone game. You can say, Beth slept over at John's house. And by the time it gets to the end, it's going to be Beth is pregnant with, you know, John's uncle's brother's kid, because there will be lost in translation from point A to point B. Fact. So the Bible, the Bible's garbage. Because none of it's going to be accurate, period. I don't give a shit what people say. It's not. Because human beings will put their own spin on the words thinking, oh, well, this is kind of what I think that means. But is it? You know? Anyway, that aside, I think that the morality of it was a good concept at points. You know, do what your father says was a big part of it. You know, or you'll get punished was mostly the story. So, you know, I think at points, maybe it had a moment of where they were trying to convey something like, hey, do what your parents say. You know, and they had basically, I think the Bible was meant to be more like bedtime stories with morals behind them, perhaps. And then people started using, like, I don't know, fear mongering maybe to push it harder, because like the devil wasn't even involved in the Bible from what I understand until multiple translations later in like the 16th century, where they start actually changing it over to, you better, you know, like the Old Testament. You know, kind of shit was like totally different. Then they had to make God look good, because suddenly it's like, oh, people don't give a fuck to join our religion. We better make God a good guy. You know, that eye for an eye thing and God killing everybody. People don't really enjoy that. Might want to step back off that a little bit. Shit. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Christianity on whole, people's crazy, dude. People's crazy about it. Just like with the fucking politics. You know, people get crazy about their politics. It's nuts. So when it comes down to it, you know, what is the point of religion is the real question. And a lot of it comes down to religion allows people to feel safe. When you're a child, you have mommy and daddy that's supposed to make you feel safe. The Bible gives you a large daddy to feel safe. So when you're an adult, you feel safe. You feel like, well, today's shitty. I lost my job, or I got ran over, or what? But it's part of God's plan. It's going to be okay because God's going to take care of me. It gives people that sense of safety. A lot of people need something bigger to believe in because they don't believe in themselves. And that is one of the biggest problems that religion also perpetuates. Because lack of self-faith, lack of self-belief, lack of, thinking you can do it. Because a lot of people when they, man, I just won this 10K marathon. Yeah. God, and I want to give my props to God for winning this award. And I couldn't have done it without God. You did do it without God. God didn't come down. God didn't stand there with you and read your lines to you and practice with you and make sure you ran. God didn't come down and, push you and run next to you the whole time and do things like that. No, he did not. Or it did not, because God would be unisex. No, it didn't happen. You put the belief in yourself to do it, and you did it. Then you give credit to something else for what you accomplished. I find that to be a very strange idea of the human conditioning. Like, why we do that? Because why the fuck would we do that? Like, any other time besides religion, we are the greediest group of fucking monkeys that want credit for everything. We will try to steal that credit from everybody else. Well, look what I did. I made all this and da-da-da. I know some personal experience from a fucking film I did where a dude was fucking saying he directed it and he still takes credit for a bunch of shit. And it pisses me off. And I'm like, because people are like, oh, the art direction was really great. He's like, oh, thanks. I really wanted to go with this kind of style. And I'm all, you had nothing to do with that. What the fuck are you talking? I'm like, oh my God, but fighting it isn't worth my fucking stress levels. Why do people do that? Yet when they accomplish something on their own, they give that credit away to a higher power. It's a strange irony. Like, I don't know, man. So how do I feel about the Bible? How do I feel about Christianity? How do I feel about God? I feel like it's a charade. I feel like it is an excuse for human beings to be shitty to each other in the name of a higher power. It's one of those things where we, as a bunch of people, killed everybody else, conquered a bunch of things in the name of God, did all this stuff in the name of God. But you know what? They do it too. They do it all in the name of God, in the name of their God. It's a weird thing to think about, but Christianity, modern times in America, I don't know what it's like over there in England land, but here in America, they're dicks. I know a few Christians that I'm friends with that are real good people. They're real Christians, I call them. But most of them I call Christians. And I've called them that since the fucking 90s. Christians, because they are some of the biggest pieces of shit you'll ever meet. Very frustrating. Because they'll talk to you like you're oh, well, I understand, and blah, 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 and yada, 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 nice. And the second you turn your back, they will fucking talk shit. And they'll be the biggest dick bags. And then they'll go home and snort a line of coke and rape their kids kind of shit. And you're just like, what the fuck? They'll get caught, they'll get caught up in some shit and arrested for drugs and beating people, raping somebody. And you're just like, and that's the motherfucker who ran the church down the street. That's the real thing just happened in our town. Like, it was quite a few years back, but like a long time back, actually, when I was a kid. But that's the kind of shit. And then you have to really look at the Christianity and go, huh, what's all that all about, guys? What are you doing there? And then you have, of course, the priests and all that who are raping kids. And so, dude, how do I feel about Christianity? I mean, any religion that is based off violence and hate and anger and disguises it as love, you can't trust. Anybody who disguises themselves as love or anybody who disguises himself as a nice person, but are spiteful and behind your back bullshit talkers and all that kind of crap there, you're not friends with. You know, you might be for a minute, but once you realize what they're doing, you stay the fuck away from them. So it's mind blowing to me that these Christians, these people, are so brainwashed by the mass consensus that once they realize this is some bullshit, this priest dude, every single Sunday, all he preaches about is money, 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 money. He's driving a brand new Escalade. He's got a brand new fucking mansion. He just got a new jet. But our church needs new pews and has needed them for 5 fucking years. And you're going to tell me that these people aren't going to wake the fuck up? They deserve to be sheep. At that point, they deserve to be fucking sheep. And that's sad to say, you know? But what else can you do? You can't wake them up. They don't want to be woke up. They want to give that faith. They want to give that feeling of something else saving them from themselves and from the scary fucking world that we live in. You know? That part I can't blame them for. Everybody wants to be safe from this big, scary fucking world, especially with the snow spiders. Snow spiders are a danger to everybody here in America. And you Englandlanders don't know about snow spiders because you guys never get snow. But when we get it, these things come out and they attack our children regularly. Totally some scary shit, bro. Totally some scary shit. So you guys should feel lucky that you don't know about them. And we keep them secret from the rest of the world because it was actually a government experiment gone horribly wrong. And it's like our own fault that they exist. So they don't talk about them, but they're dickbags for it. They know it. They know what they did. You're probably wondering, what the hell is he doing? Well, I decided to make these guys super scary and put ribcage kind of things going on here. And a little bit more weirdness to them back this way to give them just some textured stuff and weird shit going on. Granted, it doesn't look like it now, but you know, maybe I won't fuck it up too bad. I probably already fucked it up really bad. It's me. When do I not fuck this stuff up, right? So anyway, I hear my kids up there laughing, which means they're doing something fucking stupid. Oh, yeah. They're doing something fucking retarded. That is for certain. Quit! Whatever you guys are doing, stop it! I know God's not real because I have children. I have 4 children in this house. That's how I know God doesn't love me. So, I don't hear him. What? Get good, noob. What are you doing, paintbrush? Do your jab. I should probably really look into some other kind of painting though, because like acrylic's good. I like acrylic. Acrylic's really about the only thing I've ever used. But overall, I mean, there's so much more that could be done with other stuff, you know? Like a whole bunch of other stuff that could be done. Guys, I'm not kidding. Cut it out. Quit. Calm down. I'm serious. I will turn this car right around. I am not joking. Now, Jesus Christ. I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm a terrible parent, by the way, because instead of actually doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm just sitting here still painting. So I'm like, quit it! I didn't hear anything break, so things are fine. All right, good. Let's keep painting then, you know? And we're okay. But it's kind of how I always work it. Until I hear something go, I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's good. We're fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be all right. So you're against the Bible because it says that a man should not lay with another man, but you're not gay. But you're obviously proactively what would you call it? You're proactively I have no idea, but obviously you're like, you're not homophobic, obviously, because you know that there bothers you, but you're not gay. So usually people don't give a shit. God damn, what am I trying to say here? You're fuck it, I don't even know, man. Like, I don't give a shit. My whole motto is, man, do your thing, do what you want to do. You know, just don't put it in my butt. I'm not gay. It's cool, bro. Maybe put it in my butt. Depends. But you know, I mean, $20 is $20. I'm just saying. But like, my wife's very, I don't know what you call it, activist-ish, I guess, about a lot of it. At least online, you know. She's a keyboard warrior kind of shit. And I like to make fun of her for that because I'm like, it ain't gonna do no good to sit here and talk on the keyboards. You got to go out and do something about it. But dang it, I am losing my train of thought today a lot. I'm just all over the place, bro. Shit. Like the Christian thing. I'm very much like, dude, whatever. You know, you just do you. Be happy. That's what the world's about. The whole world is about being happy. You know? If you can live your life and just enjoy it, then that is what you need to do. You know, don't fuck with other people. Don't let other people fuck with you, though. That's for sure. And love yourself. Love life. That's it. That's the best thing ever. You know? That's how everybody should fucking do this. But no, nobody does. No. Everybody's too busy being up each other's asses on this stuff. And that includes these fucking riots and all this other shit. It's like, dude, you're not helping the situation. You're hurting situations. You're hurting the cause by acting like assholes. You're hurting small businesses. All kinds of stuff, you know? And I get the point of people being upset about stuff, but, you know, you got to be more conscientious about your actions because that reflects negatively on the point. If gay people went apeshit nuts, went to the streets and just started tearing things apart, first of all, it'd be probably hilarious to watch. But secondly, you know, because it's very dramatic. But secondly, it would not help the cause. And everybody would be like, oh my God, what the fuck? You know, like, this is going against, you know, everything. And it's showing how hateful and negative and we shouldn't allow this and da da da. You know what I mean? It would go against the cause. So I don't know, man. But like, you got all these like Trump supporters and that are Christians. I'm going back to the Christian thing for a second. Whoops, that was a little too much, whatever. But everybody's kind of like, oh, well, conservative Christians are like this. But not all of them. Not all of them. You know, that's kind of like the whole one bad apple ruins a bunch. And that goes with everything. You know, from racism to sexism to everything. You know, if you have a couple of people who speak, it seems the jackasses are always the loudest. I know from experience, I'm a jackass, but that seems to be how it kind of goes, where the loudest guy is the most assholish. And you're just like, dude, why are you the spokesman for all this? Like, who gave you the fucking permission to talk? But then I guess somebody has to, right? So maybe they just think that they need to take it up in arms. I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting. You know, I tried to speak up for, oh God, my paints, for mental illness a while back, and I just kind of got shat on. So, you know, I kept trying to speak up for it and be like, hey, you know, people need to speak the fuck out about this shit. You know, everybody has problems and people need to talk about it, and people need to really come together and help each other, and da 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 da. And everybody just ignored me, or fucking nobody gave a shit. Mental illness is like one of the shittier ones. People suck. Yes, they do. And mental illness is one of the ones that's looked over more than anything. And I'm not saying that to belittle Black Lives Matter or to belittle, you know, the trans movement or anything like that. I'm saying mental illness is just looked over. Nobody gives a fuck about it. The funds are cut regularly, just like our school system's funds are cut pretty regularly. It's weird. Yet it just doesn't seem like anybody notices or cares. Like a few people like that are affected by it, you know, some moms here and there who have to go to school, and, you know, they're like, hey, the funds are getting cut. Rawr! Why are you cutting our funds? And then sending it off to the government and da 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 da. And so then they deal with it. But if it's not them, nobody cares. That's the interesting part about the human being. Nobody gives a shit about anything unless it affects them. So if you have a cause, generally speaking, this is how this works. Say I know a guy, because I do, whose kid suffers from fucking epileptic seizures. You know, and he has a charity. He's famous, by the way. He has a charity that he created for seizures and stuff like that. But only people with kids who have seizures and shit kind of give a shit, which sucks. But that's the thing, is nobody gives a fuck unless they're affected by it or have been affected by it, and then they have sympathy and empathy for it, so they connect with it. Just like with anything else, like with art, if it connects with people, they understand it and they love it. Otherwise, they don't give a shit to look at it. Otherwise, they don't give a shit to listen to it, music, or watch it, video-wise, or anything like that. It's just the way the world works, the way we live in. If it doesn't affect me, fuck, I don't care. People, you know? But that is what it is. And that is exactly what it is. So it's interesting. Again, it's very interesting, the world that we live in and how it functions on whole, you know? And it's kind of scary because, like, I mean, I'm not very empathetic or sympathetic. The way I was raised, I don't really understand it like everybody else. My childhood, it was literally beaten out of me, where when I showed any kind of emotional anything, I was called FAGGOT. I have to spell it so I don't get in trouble on YouTube. And it was knocked out of me, so to speak, you know, kind of deal. So with that in mind, I never really learned how to be sympathetic or empathetic to people. And it's been weird now for me in the world of today, where everybody's like, oh, you don't know how to give a shit about anybody else. I'm like, not really. I'm sorry. I try, but it's hard. You know, I don't really have that functioning emotional state of thought. You know, my wife understands this, and we've talked about this, and I've always hated that about humans. So-called good people will tell me I'm awful, yet they need some kind of superficial tie-in to feel anything for anyone else. Yeah. It is interesting, you know, how the good people are the first to tell you how bad you are. Like, and that's what I was saying earlier. I got a few friends that are legitimate Christians, not hypocristians. And you know what? They've never preached to me once. And you know, I respect the shit. I'm actually a couple of the girls on our gaming group. A couple of them are good Christians. And you know, in our gaming group, we got some, I think agnostics are the ones who don't believe in anything. And then we have some like an anti-Christian here and there, and then a couple people who just don't give a shit, and then a couple of girls, you know, like I said, that are super Christians, stuff like that. And they don't care. We all treat each other equally. Nobody gives a shit, you know? And that's the whole point. That's how I've always associated with Christians, is if they respect me, I respect them. I've had so many Christians, though, in my lifetime, because I wear all black. I used to have a fucking badass mohawk, fucking super long. And, you know, growing up in this small town, you know, I was like the first goth kid here, literally here. And one of the first in the state that was in the groups around here. And it was, wow, Satan this, Satan that, you know, especially like cross-dressed, like I said before, you know, I mean, it was some dumb shit. But I just wanted to be different from these redneck, shit kicker, fucking, well, hey, how y'all doing kind of shit people, you know? And I was like, I'm not like this. I hate this. I don't want to be anywhere associated with you guys. A lot of people thought I was from California. And I'm like, no, born and raised right here in the middle of this bullshit. And they're like, what? No way. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't talk like it. I don't have the accent where I'm like, hey, man, how y'all doing? Hoop-a-doop-a-doo-ba-doo. Gonna go eat me some cow patties, you know? Although I do say it very well, I can fake it because it's in my genetics. So it's deep down inside me somewhere on a level I can't fight. One day I'll have to submit. But until that day, those Christian people around here, though, some of the looked so highly upon in our area were some of the shittiest motherfucking people. Like, wow, they would treat you like trash. And they would tell me every damn time they saw me how fast I'm going to hell. How you're going to hell, blah, blah, blah. You know, God sees you. You know, God knows what you do. I'm all, what the fuck do I do? Literally, what do I do? Well, all these drugs and all the stuff you do. Really? Really? I do drugs? Where's your kids right now? Where's your fucking kids that I go to school with? Because I'm right here playing a card game with my dumbass friends. Where's your kids? That's all I'm saying, bro. I literally never did drugs. Never tried drugs. Because with my mental issues, I felt scared that if I tried any mind-altering substances, I would lose myself and never come back. So I never, like growing up, it never once, not weed, not acid or fucking, I don't know what else, meth, big around here, but I don't think it was big back then. But never once, no, I didn't want to touch anything because I was always afraid, man, what if I lost control and I never came back? You know, I already have problems enough with that shit. I didn't want to chance it. So these people would assume everything of me. And yet, everybody would say they're the greatest people ever, you know? And they would go around making it a point to show how much they gave to the church, how much they did for whatever, you know, to show off how good they were. So whenever you would talk shit about them, well, you know, they just gave, you know, a few $1,000s to this charity, and that makes them a good fucking person. Did they go out and actually help the soup kitchens with the homeless? Did they actually go out and give homeless people food? Did they actually go out and help build homeless shelters? Did they actually go out and do a goddamn thing? Or did they just go into their pocketbook and go, well, I mean, I don't really have any kind of sympathy or time to help, but here's some money I'll throw at this charity that may or may not actually help them either. They might just be some tax write-off at the end of the year for me. Yeah, I did my good deed for the week. Shut the fuck up. Then they turn right back around and tell some kid, literally some teenage kid who's just playing games with his friends, having a good time, that they're going to hell. You're the greatest. Shut the fuck up. This is why I've grown up a jaded person towards people. I hate everybody. And in England land, people just sniff glue. Yeah, well, you know, America ain't much better, bro. America is full of some of the... We are such a weird, eclectic group of fucking idiots. Like, we talk about how great we are, but every country wants to be great. Everybody wants to be great. Nobody wants to be the losers, you know, of anything. So it's oftentimes interesting when you actually talk to somebody from America, like, depending on what part, you know, from New York. Hey, man, what's up? I'm from New York. Over here. Yeah. Y'all break your fucking kneecaps. And my wife has that accent when she gets mad at me. It's funny. And it's funny as fuck. And then she starts getting mad. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Man, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, like, there's that accent. She's like, what the fuck? She's like, shut the fuck up, husband. And I'm like, it's some fun stuff. But yeah, we're weird because as much as we want to say we're like open, we're not, but we are, but we're not. But we are. Man, kind of. So weird. We've got good people here. We've got shit paint here. It's such a strange time we live in too, though, you know? That's like what is happening in the fucking world, dude? You know, what the fuck is happening? Where are we? Where the fuck are we? With ourselves, with each other, with... I don't even know. Our governments keep us in shambles. And I know this is like some fucking tinfoil hat talk now, you know, but it's true. Our governments keep us full of shit, and we're too busy being entertained by memes and the internets and all this wackadoodle shit. I need a hug. Sorry. People don't come here to be happy. People come to my channel to be sad. You want that huggy, happy bullshit? You go to Bob Ross's fucking channel. You can get a happy tree over there and get a hug from that shit. Here, you get fucked up by my trees. My trees back there that are hidden. They're hiding from the spider snowmen that are getting rib cages kind of superficially put in here. I don't even know what the word superficial actually means. I just pretended like I knew what that meant when you said that earlier, dude, because I wanted to feel fancy with the big words too. I think it means not real. So I'm just going to pretend like I knew that, and we're going to move on. So, all right. See, I'm kind of going to work a little bit of a weird kind of rib cagey thing on top of the back here and get going on with that. Now I'm just adding shit that I don't fucking need to add to this goddamn painting. I should have just got it done. But I figured, fuck it. We're here. We're this far. Here in America, hugs are $40.99 plus shipping. Yep, he's right. He knows what's up. Capitalism. You want a hug? That's fine. Order now, get free. I don't know, get free something. But yeah, you get the point. I'm not good at this stuff. But yeah, he is right. Here in America, good old capitalism doing its job. Good old capitalism. Oh, I fucked that up. That was a little too much. Oh, fuck me. You fucking piece of garbage. I fucking hate your face. You can fucking eat a dick. All right, whatever. Close enough. Oh, this is the modern day Bob Ross. Again, actually, the Princess Duck shit there. I know her in person. She dubbed me the Rob Boss. So I needed to start saying painting with Rob Boss. And because everything I do, because what happened, what started it was I was saying that I kept talking about how I kept making fucking mistakes. I'm like, fuck. And dude, you gotta understand, man, like normally, this is not normal. This is not a normal painting for me at all. Normally my paintings are very emotionally driven, and I get really mad. Like I punched the shit out of one once, and people won't let me live that down because everybody's like, oh, I just tuned in to see if he was punching one again. I'm like, fuck off. And you know, but you know, I get into my stuff. Hey Jennifer, what's up? And also Howling, how's it going? I know I could have called you Hannah or Avocado, but you know, Howling was the first name. But yeah, so she called me Rob Boss, and now I'm officially Rob Boss. I just needed an afro, but I guess this is working because I'm bald. Fuck you guys and your pretty fucking hair. Yeah, in England we used to own you, so they should be free. Fuck you, England land. The spider is starting to look like a white tiger now. Fuck you, man. White tiger, spider snowman, spider snow tiger man. Well, I guess I should put big claws on him now, huh? I don't know, man. Snow spider, snow tiger, tiger spiders. That might be frightening. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Kind of trying to imagine that. Maybe I should paint that. Anyway, as far as it goes, yeah, well, England used to own everybody, apparently. So, apparently you guys are jerks. And, like, Australia's still mad about that, I guess. Snow Spider, Snow Spider. The tiger got frozen hundreds of years ago and then turns into a spider. No, I can see that. Hi, just playing Friday the 13th game and watching. Oh, you play Friday the 13th? PlayStation 4 or Xbox? You're going to say Xbox. It's cool, I know. I won't hate you too much. I'm lying, I will, but no, not jerks, just superior. Oh, yeah. Yep. Hey, you know what? You're over in England land. You don't have to deal with all this, you know, racist thing going on over here. So I guess you as a white person saying that, you know, you ain't got to deal with it. We can't say that over here. We get fucking killed. Xbox, look at that. Bull. Get off my channel. Just go. You just fucking go right now. Go play your Xbox. Nah, you know, Xbox just freaked me out when they announced that they were going to have the whole camera watching you all the time thing. I'm like, I do not need people to see me masturbate like that in front of my camera on the Xbox because I just dance naked and slap things around on fucking action figures and things. It's ridiculous. And they don't need to see that. The FBI's already gotten an eyeful, I'm sure, and they're probably like, oh, it's that guy again. Next. So I don't think the Xbox people need to see it either. But then they said they weren't going to do that, but it was too late. It was too late. You guys just talk nice. The England people, two kinds of talkers. You have your the ones that you know assassinate people, and that's the ones you're talking about, okay? And then you have all the other ones who just talk like drunken bar patrons, you know, and say wagwan, whatever the fuck that means. And but seriously, like that's the thing. Like my buddy AJ, she just fucking talks like a goddamn drunken sailor. She's just nonstop, like, you know, fuck you, crikey, bro. Not crikey, that's fucking Australian. I don't do accents, so. But like, she cusses nonstop and is like crazy angry about everything. I'm like, God, you need to calm the fuck down. But then you have highbrow England and lowbrow England. Highbrow England carries suitcases that have guns in them, and they can karate kick you in the face from like 10 feet away, and you die. Yeah. All those action movies and stuff, that's those guys. But the rest of them are just like, you know, Gordon Ramsay, cussing and telling you you're an idiot sandwich. Because I guess they're superior. Is that it, Owen? We're an idiot sandwich because you're superior at cooking and everything else? Yeah, that's what you're saying over there, buddy. It's okay. It's okay, bro. You can just believe what you need to believe over there in America. Wait a minute, we won that. Or believe what you need to believe over in England. We won that. We made America. You used to own us, but you don't know more. We said, ha, we're out of there. What do you think about that, asshole? Think about that. And we make better horror movies than you do. I mean, really. The snow. You know, do I still have that movie up there? It might have already been put up in the collection. Yeah, they already got put up in the collection. Never mind. I was going to show it to you, but, you know, I was going to say, like, dude, you guys made this movie, so I don't want to hear shit. You guys have no right. But you guys do have Mr. Bean and Gordon Ramsay and the Mighty Boosh. So I guess you guys have a couple of things that are all right. I can't knock you for everything. Yeah, you know. And you guys live a society without guns for the most part, which is one of the parts in the Scarecrow movie that cracked me up because the cop illegally obtained some guns. And it's the funniest part in that movie because the cop ends up killing more people than the bad guy does. And the only reason why the bad guy's a bad guy is because the good guys killed him because they blamed him for something that he didn't even fucking do. So they went out and killed him, like the cop and the judge and these other people. And then he comes back for revenge because he was he was killed after they discovered, oh, he didn't do that, you know, and then they took justice in their own hands. Anyway, the cop ends up killing a whole fucking school full of people. He just blows the whole goddamn place up. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Because in the movie, he has to sacrifice himself to end the curse, I guess. So the big, you know, Scarecrow guy's like, ah, ha, 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 with a big Walmart happy face. And the cop's all like, bang, bang, bang. And the guy's like, it doesn't do any good, ha, ha, ha. And the cop, instead of him going, pow, and stopping it, he sees fucking explosive canisters that line a school dance for some fucking reason that are like propane tanks and shit. And he goes, oh, I have to sacrifice myself. Well, ping, and he blows up the whole fucking school dance with like all these kids in it. And that's, of course, after he kills an innocent dude earlier just because he wasn't giving the cop the right information, like that he didn't want to hear. So he shoots the fucking dude anyway. I'm like, the cop's the bad guy in this situation. It was an interesting movie, and I had to knock it. But they made a sequel to it, and I have not seen that sequel yet. I need to go check it out. Again, the quality of it was actually pretty good. I was impressed with the quality, and when it first started, I was like, all right. First horror movie from England I'd actually watched, but fuck me. So do I want to make claws, or do I just want to make... So do I want to make claws, or do I just want to make it a straight stab into the dude? So I just make this like a straight stab into the ground. That might look cool. But I don't want this to go all the way down. I wanted this to kind of stay up. The bad part is I should have made this one more up. Because then if I could have put a claw, it would have filled in the blank space. Again, you got to think before you fucking paint. Because sometimes you go through here and you're like, okay, let me just throw things on here. Pow, 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 pow. But your positioning, like I've said before, is really fucking crucial. Because now I have a blank spot right here, which is very odd to the eye when you think about it. Because now this is your focus, blank, you know? This fills up a majority of this side. This fills up a majority right here, but then you have a blank space here, which is what my art teacher used to tell me never to do. And then I failed art class. So you have to really think about this, where if I would have just put a little more fucking thought into it and calmed the fuck down, stick would have been here, other hand could have been here, claw could have been here, filled up this space. Obviously, this is not necessarily needing to be filled. There's stuff there. This is blank space. So now the question becomes what goes there, fart noise. You know? I do, of course, still have to put in the grass and the fucking mud and stuff like that. So we'll do that here in a second too. But I really have to figure out what I'm doing here. And the problem with this one also is it looks too shit fucked. Looks too shitty, too fucked, too in the mouth. There's too do 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 in your mouth. I eat poop sometimes for money. Put a little leg back in the back of him there. You really can't see shit back here, though. It's funny. I really have to fill in the blank space with bunnies with red eyes. Well, that would make no sense necessarily with the evil snowman. Maybe I could put another snowball back there, like rolled up, like maybe the kid was rolling another one, or maybe that one was rolling one. Maybe that kid, I could put some, like, another little snowman being built. And like that. Oh, they usually have fucking scarves on the snowmen, too. Forgot about that. Fuck, should I put a scarf on the snowman? Oh, what do you think about Trump working with the aliens for months? You know, we just talked about, did I talk about this a couple days ago? Fun fact, by the way, if anybody didn't know, spider babies. Oh, not bad either. Snowballs, little snowballs. Fun fact, by the way, if nobody else knows about this, they released information actually last year about aliens being officially contacted, and nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. Everybody said, or this last year at the beginning of it, everybody's like, yeah, okay, we knew that. We knew aliens existed. Nobody gives a shit. So now an Israeli, I think it's Israeli guy, a dude in the military or whatever, a high-ranking official in the, is it Israeli, Pakistani, Israelite? Bro, man, dim, gotta go, bros. Catch you later, fam. Yes, lots of weird language to you too. No, I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, I'll catch you later, dude. I know it's late over there for you. Thanks for coming back, man. Tomorrow, you know, I'll do this at noon. So I'll be doing this about 2 hours earlier tomorrow. But yes, indeed, sir. Much love to our parent country, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to discuss our superiority differences, like how superior are you to us later. But I care about the aliens. I think it's fascinating. So here's the deal. I can't tomorrow. Oh, well, then fuck you, England land. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay, dude. Do your thing. This will eventually get done. I'll actually move on to really cool stuff that I normally paint. But thanks for joining. Always a pleasure. Peace out. Yeah, I guess. So here's the England, or not the England land. Here's the alien thing. Nobody gave a shit the first time. So then this high official, again, I don't know if it was Pakistani or Israel. I think it was an Israel, a high official dude, went ahead and released information and stated he has nothing left to lose. That he's just, fuck it. He's going to put it out there because fuck it. He's got nothing to live for, nothing to lose. They can't do anything to him now. And has officially declared that aliens have been in contact with the human race for quite some time now. And that the American government has signed a peace treaty with them of sorts, a declaration with them to work alongside them. And that they, the aliens, have stated something along the lines of they are interested in learning about us because they want to discover the fabrics of the universe, how it's all put together, which makes sense because we would also want to figure some shit out like that. But this is kind of interesting because if you know, Trump did bring forth the Space Force and all that stuff there. Everybody made fun of him and, you know, knocked him for that shit. And first of all, I said that's an amazing idea because the name Space Force is cool as fuck. Who doesn't want to fucking be part of the Space Force? That just sounds like a fucking badass Godzilla, you know, movie thing where they're going to fight Godzilla using the Space Force. But it's kind of interesting because now that idea almost makes sense, you know? And at first I was thinking maybe the Space Force idea was, maybe he was thinking maybe, you know, keep something up there to keep other nations' satellites out of our space or something maybe. And that kind of would make sense too, but now it makes more sense, the concept. But apparently, yeah, the alien thing, I don't know all the details. I read the reports, and I read some of the news on it. But again, people just didn't really give a shit. People are like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, and then you have some people who are like, hey, cool, you know, aliens are a thing. No, duh. I mean, we knew better. Even, I don't care if you're Christian or Satanist or agnostic or fucking whatever's out there. It would be the epitome of arrogance to believe in the vastness of space, universe, galaxies, blah, 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 that we would be the only life form out there. That's the tardedness. Because that would be so self-goddamn centered, especially if you're Christian and you believe in God. And if you were to think that this all-powerful being that created everything, created the vastness of space, there's no way you could tell me you would not believe that that being would not have created other places, other worlds. That wouldn't even make fucking sense. He's going to create one planet with one collective types of beings and be like, okay, I'm done. No, that motherfucker would be like, you know what? Let's go and make another planet where everything's insides are on the outside. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Boom. Ooh, that was a terrible idea. Let's make it where everybody urinates through their eyes. Also a terrible idea. Let's move on. You know, I mean, it'd be stuff like that. Not even close to that. If the aliens, and I hope this happens soon enough, if the aliens make contact with the human beings on this planet and make contact with Earth and come down here and visit us, they're fucked. Absolutely, they're fucked. But I hope it happens soon so we can put the racism aside, the sexism aside, the homophobia, the transphobia, the whatever phobias, the hatred for each other, and we can just hate them. It'll be a collective, unified, alienism, and we can be like, these aliens are going to come and kill us and eat us, and we can kill and eat them first. And then it'll start an intergalactic war, and it'll be the scariest shit ever, and all humans will have to band together, finally, to face a unified enemy that isn't our self-taught hate of each other and our corrupted systems bullshit that's fed to us that keeps us scrabbling down here with each other so we don't look at their system and go, you're the fucking problem. Instead, we'll look at the skies and go, they're the fucking problem. But at least we'll be together with it. That's what I'm hoping for. The Bible says there are many worlds. Okay, well, see, there you go. I don't know. I don't read the Bible. I've had the Bible yelled at me most of my life. So I try not to read it because it's a scary thing to me. I'm like, oh my God, it just gets yelled at me. But, that's the thing, man. It's like, we are an arrogant batch of monkeys. And it really is annoying. I like to call us retarded monkeys. That's what I call human beings, retarded monkeys. Because evolutionarily speaking, we are fucking dumb. Yet we think we're the smartest things on the planet. And I like to think about it where we're so smart that we're fucking ignorant. We have all this magical technology. And that's another thing that's interesting is our technological jump. You know, we spent 1,000 years in the Bronze Age, 1,000 years in the Iron Age, 1,000 years in the technological age hits, and that doesn't make any sense. I believe alien spaceship crashed. I believe we got the technology, and I believe that we broke it down and reverse engineered it. And then we had the internet, we had the computers, we had all that stuff. All of a sudden, flying over the process of 100 years versus thousands of years. That's unheard of in our history, period. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened there. Call me crazy, because a lot of people do, but I'm going to go ahead and say that that's what happened with that. And, but hang on. Let me just put his other leg back here a little bit. Like that. All right. As far as I know, humans can't leave to other planets, not beyond the primitive built spacecraft. So an alien race who could travel here and back would be much more powerful than the human race. Possible, but here's my theory on that. Not necessarily. Just because you're smarter at one thing or better at one thing doesn't mean you're better at other things. For instance, if you got to think about this outside of the perspective of the human mind, think way outside of the box. Okay. If you were a dog, okay, if you were a dog, and I don't know where this analogy is going, so this might be crazy. If you were a dog and you learned as a dog to, build a spaceship or a car, right? But you had never in your life encountered violence, right? Just as other dogs, you'd never encountered violence. So you'd never built weapons. You didn't need to. Your people, your clan of dogs, your race of dogs were peaceful. You'd never built weapons, ever. Never had to. Never needed to. You never fought. Never did anything of the sort. Your mindset wouldn't even imagine building a gun. It wouldn't. So you could build a car and you'd drive that car. You could drive around in your little areas and you'd be super advanced compared to other dogs. And then you'd say, cool, hey guys, let's just drive as far as we can and see what's out there. Fuck it. And you and a couple of dog buddies would get in this car. You'd drive out past a desert, past a forest. It'd be crazy. And you'd come across another pack of animals. And let's say these animals were war-based and primitive and angry, and they had to survive in a hostile environment for a long time, for hundreds of years also. And they didn't have the time to relax, to technologically advance, because their whole existence was nothing more than fight to survive. Fight to survive. Not, we're so relaxed, we just think a lot. That would be the dichotomy of those different, that'd be the difference, So perhaps, and I'm not saying this is the situation because I don't fucking know, the government isn't going to tell us. And here's the other shitty part. If the government's in cahoots with them, they're already fucked. They've already been lied to. They've already been manipulated. They've already been told a bunch of bullshit. But that's the thing is, if it was a situation like that, let's say these aliens were on a planet that was peaceful, never fought, was already well beyond that concept, because they don't think like we think. We have no conscious capability to know how or what they think or feel. They may have feelings that we don't even know or understand, that don't even exist to our reality. If you think about it, we're talking possibility of interdimensional beings, time, space differences, all kinds of stuff that we cannot comprehend because we live in this bubble of reality here, very, very restricted by our physics. If they come from a place that our physics do not apply, anything's possible. We're carbon-based life forms. If they're not, if they are, we've discovered in our existing time, we discover new elements constantly. So with that in mind, if they're even an element that we haven't even discovered yet, that's not even on our planet, they could be an element-based life form that we don't even understand, So we cannot comprehend what they may or may not know, what they may or may not understand. How do they travel here? We don't know. They may have not even built a spaceship. You know what I mean? They may not have built a spacecraft. They may themselves be able to move through time, space. They may be a being that can travel through space, kind of thing. And if that's the case, they may not even have ever built anything. You see what I mean? So if that's the case, they may be organic spacecrafts. They may have been grown spacecrafts. And the aliens themselves may be a hive mind hybrid that live within that unit, and it all might be one piece. It might not have even been built. It might not have been created. There might not be weapons. They themselves might be a weapon. You know, they might come down into our atmosphere and then explode with the size and power of a nuclear bomb because they cannot interact with our atmosphere. But we wouldn't know that until, oh, too late. Shit like that, you know what I mean? There's a lot to it that is going to be literally flip of the fucking coin. Because if we trust an alien species, it's just like now, racism, okay? For the most part, we all get along. Everybody doesn't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Back in the tribal days, that's where racism comes in inherently because it's been bred into us. When you would see somebody from a different tribe, you were suspicious as fuck. They sus. Got to vote them off. And I don't play Among Us, but my kids do. And that was scary. Because if you were like a white tribe, let's say, of course you were going to be racist to a black dude. Because as a white tribe, you would not know who that is or what that was at the time if that was your first encounter. You'd be like, what the fuck? That is a different type of person. What is going on here? And vice versa. If you were a black tribe and you saw a white person, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? That is a different kind of person. I don't trust them. You would have been more likely to have trusted somebody if you were a black tribe that was a black person coming up. You'd be like, okay, they're like me, or vice versa, etc. Now, you know, we don't really have that problem, but we create that problem. A lot of them create that problem for profit, and that's garbage. So this alien thing, it's going to be like the old tribal system all over again, where if they come down and they integrate into our planet, two things. One, if they have a planet that we can go to, I'm sure that there will be at one point in time, maybe not in our time, but sometime in the near future, you know, maybe our kids' generations or something, where we could possibly go to their planet and integrate into their planet. That is if we breathe the same atmosphere, highly doubtful. It's an interesting concept, though. If they come and they try to integrate, we're not going to trust them. We're going to flip the fuck out on them. You know, we would definitely be like, nah, fuck these things. Ah, you know, I'm curious about their genitalia, to be honest. I'm just like, can I put my pee-pee in that? But I'm a dude, and dudes think that way. Guarantee you, 90% of all the dudes who read about that immediately said, I'm going to fuck me an alien. I'm going to fuck me an alien so big. Oh, I'm jumping, pow. You know? And no, they weren't joking. Like, none of them were joking. They were all like, because you're curious, you're like, well, how'd that go? How would that go? Where are them tentacles going to play into this? Dudes have always been like, can I stick my penis in it? I don't know what's wrong with us. I do not know what's wrong with us. On behalf of men everywhere, ladies, I apologize for all of us guys being fucking assholes and weirdos. But if you got something like, we're like, can I stick my penis in that bottle? You know, I'm going to try it. And then you go to the hospital because it ends up being, you could, but you couldn't get it out. One way in and the jaws of life to pull that apart. So in the end of these alien things, I could bring that straight down, but no, I need it more out. You know, I could kind of maybe bring that out. Like, okay, hang on. We're all curious about the aliens, so absolutely. And it is a fascinating concept because there's so many questions that pour into your head. You're like, wow, I don't know. But that's the thing about them too. They have a lot of questions. And that's why they're here, is they're, yeah, that looks good. Have it held over him like that. But that's why they're here, is because they're curious, you know? I think both sexes have thought about fucking an alien many times. I can confirm from myself and my friends, right? You know, it's because, you know, I'm just saying, you know, my wife, you know, I'm happily married. We're not polyamorous and, you know, none of that stuff there. But I'm just saying, when it comes down to it, I'll be like, look, wife, this is an opportunity. that we may never get to have again. Alien threesome. You know, I'm against that. But in this case, I think it could be something crazy. Let's just see what happens. Other than aliens, nah, I couldn't do it. And, you know, I do have friends who are polyamorous, and I'm like, how's that working out for you? And it never really works out that great for them. They always end up splitting away from each other, and, you know, one of them catches the feels and the others don't want to, and then it ends up being a weird Pornhub episode. But yeah, as far as all that goes, I'm like, you know, alien, nah, you know. But then you got to think of like what terms, what would they look like? How would that go? You know what I mean? You get crazy. Poly makes sense when aliens or demons come into play. You know, I can agree with that. At that point there, you kind of got to start bending your morality a little. You're like, no. You know, again, tentacles. I'm just saying, tentacles, man. Tentacles. And my wife knows. My wife already knows. Tentacles are in play. There are no rules. So at that point there, she's got to kind of give and take a little, you know. Give and take a little tentacle. Whatever. Like, she'd complain if that was the case. She'd be like, all right. I'm like, you're damn right, all right. Like, what is up with that? You don't even have to think about that one. Like, amazing. So, but then again, that's me being a man, and men are assholes, and I know how it goes, everybody. Men are big old douchebags. All right, hang on, man. You know, I'm not even painting again. I get so sidetracked. I'm so sorry. This is not, I was like, I'm going to get it done today. Fuck this. I am terrible. Get sidetracked about thinking about aliens, and now my browser history is about to get really weird, and the FBI again are going to be like, oh, he's at it again. When I do my movie reviews, I swear to God, the FBI seriously kind of goes, what the fuck is this dude doing? Like, what the fuck is this dude doing? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing, FBI. You should never ask me that question, because my answers are, bro, I don't know. Why would I know what I'm doing? I mean, shit, seriously? That's a ridiculous question you can ask, you know? Oh, yeah. But, you know, the poly thing is weird to me on a personal note. And I've talked to my friends about this. They know how I feel. I'm very one-on-one relationship-wise, because you can't tell somebody, you know, you're the one meant for me, I love you, and then put your dick in something else. It doesn't make sense to me. If you're dedicated to somebody, be dedicated to somebody. You know, show the willpower to love them and stay with them. And that's really hard to do. And that's why the polyamorous thing has become more acceptable, is because it's easier just to fuck everybody than it is to stay with one person and actually tough it out and be with one person. A lot of people just want to fuck, and I get that. I mean, it feels good to get your rocks off, and sure, whatever. I get that, but it's not easy to stay with one person, you know? Duh. But at the same time, it's like, where's your morals? Where's your, you know, where's your willpower? Where's your ability to, you know, be a motherfucker and stay with somebody? But nobody really has that anymore, so womp womp. But if demons were involved, sexy demons were involved, I'd be like, all right. I'm like, you can put that tail wherever you need to. It's cool, bro. I'm all right. And again, I don't think my wife would complain too much. She'd be like, all right, sexy demons, I get it. I'd be like, all right, thanks, wife, bye. No, I'd be like, come on, wife, wee. She'd be like, all right, I have to be involved in this, or it ain't gonna happen. That was a little much. Whatever, you're fine. Gotta put some back here with this little guy. I'll come back and clean it all up here in a few. Obviously not today, though, because it's already been like a fucking hour and a half. I really, man, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to actually make it look kind of good, and I'm doing terrible. And like I said, I've got some creative stuff I just want to fucking make happen, and I'm like, better spend 8 million days on this one. Ain't doing too shabby. This is always bothering me. It's always going to bother me. They're not looking too bad. I'm probably going to do a little bit more in here. I'm obviously going to do some more in the pants. Going to make this look amazing. Got to do a lot there. That's fucking looking terrible. Detail it up a lot more. Anyway, I don't know if my buddy there is still on, but she says the Bible's Minnie's world and the aliens are fascinating, and then she just disappeared. But, you know, you can talk more about the aliens if you want. I'm just saying. I'm not against the alien talk. Everybody already thinks I'm fucking crazy. Put on my tinfoil hat and talk about aliens. Oh, you know what I do need to do, though? I do need to... God damn, that heater's hot. I do need to brighten that purple up also while I'm thinking about it before I fucking forget. Just add a little highlight to it. That did not really do what I wanted at all. Hang on a moment, because that's going to look stupid. I should just brighten the purple. That's what I should have fucking... Oh, no! Okay, I painted my pants. Fuck you and your pot. Oh, I have some... Yeah, I have that white. I'll just use that white. As my daughter screams in the back, you ass bird. I mean, she's 8. She's still working on her her insults. She is a Fortnite goddamn champion, though, I'll tell you that. She's a boss at that game, goddamn. Yep, no, in the water. I fucking hate that. It happens every time. I'm getting fucking hungry. I'm almost done. I swear to God, I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta stop talking about aliens and fucking orgies with aliens and all that shit and just paint. You know, that's what I really need to do every day. Not talk about alien orgies, just fucking paint.